Sadly, our Power Soccer family lost another member earlier this week when James Albaugh of LAFC passed away. Known for his quiet, steady presence off the court, James was a fierce, passionate competitor on it. He led his team, which also features his younger brother Jaden, with spirit and pride. From all of us at 3 in the Box, our condolences to his family, friends, and teammates. He will be greatly missed.
3 in the Box is not affiliated with USPSA or its board of directors. Bill, Josh, and Nikki make this podcast. Our views are our own, and the views expressed by our guests are their own. Nothing said on this podcast is intended to represent the views of any organization unless expressly stated.
This is a Facade podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to 3 in the Box podcast, powered by Power Soccer Shop. I'm Bill.
I'm Josh.
I'm Nikki, and this is 3 in the Box.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to 3 in the Box, powered by Power Soccer Shop. I'm Bill Schultz here with Josh Berger and Nikki Dwyer for the last regular episode of the season.
Yeah, it is the last regular episode, right? we do have some national episodes coming out, but we'll be doing it, on site, right?
What makes this a regular episode?
It's a regular.
I knew that was coming.
45-minute to an hour episode, sometimes hour and a half. I don't know, but yeah, so not our last productive production episode.
I knew that was coming. That's why I was serving it to Nikki, because I knew she'd say what makes it regular. Well, what makes it regular is that we do have 2 episodes coming out next week. One that's on the upcoming USPSA election. That'll drop on Tuesday of next week. And then next Thursday, we have this special episodes that we've been sort of teasing. And as Nikki well knows, that's very different from our regular episode. It's not exactly 3 in the Box.
Yeah, because not all 3 of us are in this episode together.
That's not true.
We are all 3 in the episode
Actually,
separately, though.
You're right.
These are terrible justifications.
We're not in the normal format, though.
We're not helping our case, Josh, at all.
Oh, that's funny. That's great.
So today we're going to give you champions and premier conference pre-national rankings. Tuesday, I'll be interviewing the candidates for vice president and treasurer. Those are the 2 contested races for USPSA board. And the next Thursday, we have a special episode, and we're just going to tell you it's very centered around Power Soccer family. That's sort of the theme of the episode. Again, not anything like the 3 in the Box you're used to, but a kind of special, cool thing that a lot of you are involved in, and we're excited to show you.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like Josh said, we'll be headed to nationals in a couple of weeks after that, and we'll be doing our daily recaps. We'll be doing some cut-ins. We'll be doing all kinds of content while we're at nationals.
Yeah, we got some cool stuff that could be kind of exposing us to. We got some cool stuff that could help us show that, hey, we're the 3 in a Box podcast. Stay tuned. You might be able to take some pictures with it. I don't know. Cool little backdrop maybe.
Mm-hmm. We'll be a little more noticeable at nationals this year.
We will be. Instead of a little paper sign and a plastic tablecloth, we're gonna have some legit stuff, okay?
In other words, we spent some money. So so come say hi to us and tell us you like our expensive stuff.
Oh man.
Shout out Power Soccer Shop though for actually buying the stuff.
Exactly. Couldn't do it without them.
All right. Well, without further ado, Josh and Nikki, we don't have a whole lot to talk about this week. We'll get you to those rankings, Champions Conference and Premier Conference rankings. We can't wait to see you guys at nationals. We look forward to hearing from you in the comments on this episode and the episodes next week. And we'll see you at nationals. Hello, everybody. Welcome to 3 in the Box, powered by Power Soccer Shop. I'm Bill. He's Josh. She's Nikki. And here with us, I don't know if y'all know this, Dana Parrott of CNY United, our first ever 5-time guest on the podcast as of tonight.
Is that so?
That's true.
Man, we
That's
gotta get her.
true.
We gotta get her a shirt, Bill.
I did the
I know.
math.
At least
Yeah.
a sticker, guys. Come on.
We'll get you a sticker.
All right, sounds good. I'm
Get you
holding
like a badge, like a little like pin
yeah,
that you can wear
honorary
around.
member.
Like 5-time guest on 3 in the Box podcast.
Do I
I
add
love
that
that
to
for
the
you.
resume now or
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll write you a reference letter.
no? Bet. In this job
Uh,
market? Yes, please. Anyways,
All right. Well, we brought Dana back to talk about Champions Conference. Exciting stuff. Like the other 3 conferences, this was impossible to do. Definitely got harder from February to now. A few things I'm sure of, but more things that I'm unsure of. One little note to mention that we mentioned in the episode last week, but just to reiterate, New England FC will not be traveling to nationals this year. A tough year for them for a multitude of reasons. They just made the decision not to make the trip. So we're ranking 11 teams, not 12, just to kind of caveat that this changes a little bit. But we will start, as we always do, at the bottom of our rankings. We all have Shepherd Strikers in 11. We all have Atlanta Sting. I shouldn't say all. I have Atlanta Sting. Actually, I'm the only one. Has Atlanta Sting in 10th. We've got some Ability 360 Phoenix Rising down here. We've got some Glasser Chicago House down here. And then Dana's got Florida Surge down here. Somebody start me off. Talk about Glassa, talk about Atlanta, talk about Ability 360.
I mean, I think it's tricky because from what I've seen, I think the bottom like 6 teams just in general, like on any given day, anybody could win the game just based on like which team is having a good day and which team is like, forgot their best player or someone's sick or whatever. So I feel like it's difficult. All the scores between these teams when they do play each other is like people are winning by 1 goal.
Yeah, I agree with that a lot because, like, we look at Atlanta Sting, we look at Chicago House. Those teams can beat any of these teams on any given day, right? And we've seen Shepherd Strikers play some really competitive soccer this season as well. For me, it's just a matter of, few of these teams that I have a little higher played a little bit better against some common opponents, saw a little bit tougher competition in certain places. Yeah, I mean, I actually feel like that for almost all of this conference. I'm pretty solid in my top 3 in this conference, but below that, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's anybody's game. Anybody's game.
Like you said, I think Glassa and Shepherd definitely are like great competitors, but I just think they have more bad days more often than some of the other teams.
Yeah. Well, and go ahead, Josh.
I was just gonna say that Shepherd Strikers, they lost a couple players via transfers, so it's gonna be really an uphill battle for the Shepherd Strikers to stay in this loaded conference.
Yeah, Shepherd, I have down here. Sorry, Dana. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
Okay.
All you.
Fine. No, like one thing that like I noticed too is like I put the teams that either, were new teams or had roster changes. Like you're saying, with Sting, they had some roster changes, so did Shepherd. Ability 360 lost, their main goalie and Evan Palmer. On Florida Surge, although the similar squad, still a brand new team, like it could change things. You never know. Like Bill says, prove it to me, right? So I'm excited to see them at nationals for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All I was gonna say was, like I've got Shepherd where I do because they have some losses to Sting. I've got Sting where they are just because they've lost to teams in this conference. That's and they tied Shepherd once as well. But also like, you take a team like Sting. Sting's played well against Lakeshore. Sting played well against Shepherd, like I said. They hung in there with teams like Glassa. They had a 3-0 loss to Minnesota United, 3-0 loss to Dassa Cyclones. Like, those are not bad results against teams in higher conferences or the same conference. So, talking about Glassa, this is a team that I always cheer for but struggle to rank because I feel like they have so many talented pieces. They just really haven't put them all together. And like Dana said, like I'm a show me guy when I do these rankings, and I keep like honestly waiting for and rooting for Chicago to show me. They just really haven't yet.
Yeah, I agree.
As we jump up a little bit into 6, 7, 8, a lot of Florida Surge, a lot of Tidewater Piranhas, a little bit of MNUFC. I'm disappointed to have two of my favorite teams here, honestly. No disrespect to Florida Surge, but Minnesota United, those are my buddies, my neighbors, and as we all know, I'm a big Tidewater Piranha fan, but I do, looking at the top 5 teams in this conference, I think this middle range is really, really competitive, and I have no idea, like, between these 3 teams, like, if it's Tidewater, Minnesota, Florida, or whatever, I'm not that surprised. But like, I feel like with what's going on at the top of this conference, this is where I feel comfortable with these 3.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think the 3 of us have Florida Surge at number 7. They're basically the Brooks Barracuda. And we saw how good they were last season. And so, I mean, this is not a knock on them for us putting them at 7th. It's just that there's 6 other teams that are also really good teams. And Bill, I'm surprised you put MNUFC at this spot that you put them at. 'Cause I know you're so high on this team. So why did you? Why?
Look, I love these guys, Minnesota United, and the problem is like where I have them ranked is like just based on what I've seen them be able to do. Minnesota United has not traveled outside the like region as much this year. Last year they went to Arizona. We saw them play some teams out there. They did a little more traveling. Basically, all of their results are against their academy team, against Chicago, against Chippewa. And then their best result of the year, in my opinion, was a 1-1 draw against Minnesota Lights. Like that's a really tough team that we like a lot. To see them draw against that team, I think is a good result. But I caveat this every time when I talk about Lights. It's a result without Linnae. And until Linnae shows up and plays with Minnesota Lights, they're just not the Minnesota Lights to me. They beat Atlanta Sting. They had a 4-1 loss against DASA, and they beat Hot Shots, who I think is a better team than a lot of people give them credit this year. But yeah, I just like they didn't have a ton of results. The results were all against regional teams. I don't know what they're going to do when they start to see teams like Strap Scorpions, San Jose Steamrollers. I think those teams are a little bit better.
That's fair. I mean, but MNUFC now has Ben Anco on the squad, so so he adds an element to the team.
Well, and Josh, don't forget when we talk about Minnesota United and Florida Surge. To your point a minute ago, this Florida Surge team is basically the Brooks Barracuda starters from last year. Both those teams were great in Presidents. Now they've moved up to Champions. We're already talking about them in the middle of Champions. That's not a downgrade. That's an upgrade.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing, Bill.
And same with Piranhas. Like it wouldn't be unreasonable that we would be, we don't need to be super higher because we just moved up.
Right. And you guys won that President's Conference, which huge accomplishment, like amazing job. To finish somewhere between 6th and 8th and Champions the next year is not a downgrade. That's proving that you're moving up, right? That you're getting better. I just think again, and we can start to show some of these teams that are like in the 3, 4, 5 range. I don't know that I see Minnesota, Florida, or Tidewater beating a Steamrollers, beating an NEP Wildcats. Like I would love to see it. I'll probably be cheering for y'all, but I just think based on the results I've seen from those teams, that's where I've got you. But then, Josh has got you in 4th.
I don't know why.
I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you and PJ and your other members as well. And so I saw what you guys can do in that Champions game last year. So I think you could take on the Steamrollers. So yeah.
Presidents.
Thanks, Josh.
You're welcome. I got you.
I'm jumping around a little bit here, but Nikki's got Atlanta Sting up in 5th. Nikki, talk to me about Atlanta Sting.
I mean, I haven't seen them play this year, which is unfortunate because we usually play them like a decent amount, but they like have pretty good players. I think they might do better than we anticipate. Like they got Matthew back, and then they also have Taiwan and Beck and Tandon, who were like kind of their starter players. And I think like between them, they usually got it down good.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say I have Atlanta State at number 8, only because I don't know if Beck is gonna be coming to nationals or not. Because he just had preseason done, so it's like, is he gonna go? Is he not gonna go? And if he does go, I would put him in the higher. But if he's not gonna go, I'm gonna put him in kind of where I've got him right now. So hopefully Beck goes.
Dana, have you seen Atlanta Sting this year? Have you guys played them?
Yeah, we unfortunately didn't have the opportunity to see them. We just didn't do a whole lot of traveling this year, and I think we were supposed to see them in Virginia Beach, and both of our teams didn't make it there for Nikki's tournament. So that was unfortunate. So like, no, I haven't seen them. I think like when they're on and they have all their players and like they're locked in, it's like, whoa, they can get top 3. I think they can be breaking into that 3rd seed. But I also see, okay, if they don't have Beck, who obviously is so passionate about the game and like loves it so much, and you're dealing with, maybe changing a little bit, with Matthew in there. I think Matthew's going to help a lot. But it's also, it's his first year there. I think that he's a great player. But it takes time, just like how RHI, it's like stacked roster. But it takes a while to gel. So I don't know. I think that a lot of these teams, honestly, it's like it could be a super widespread when it comes to a lot of these middle teams.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Dana, I'm going to keep picking on you. You've got Chicago House in 4th.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll be honest. Like, no shade to them. Love y'all. I think y'all are great. And I'm like betting on y'all. So please don't make me look silly. Because I think, like you're saying, like they have the talent and they're wise. They're, older, and that's not a bad thing. When it comes to a lot of these other teams, they just haven't been playing as long. And I think that could be for your benefit. And I think that also when you're more mature and maybe, they might be seeing things in the games that, people who have only been around a few years, they might have that natural skill. But they got the hours in. So yeah, I'm kind of betting on them. Call it a wild pick, whatever. But I got a good feeling, and I think that they have the talent to make it happen. It's just like, how much are they practicing? I don't know a whole lot. But yeah, I'm not a betting person, but if I had to, I'm betting on Glasso.
I think, like I said, picking on you, but I actually really like that pick. Like, when I talked about having them down in 9th, like they have the potential to finish 4th.
No,
they absolutely do. Like
just,
they 100% can do that.
And I think that goes for so many teams. It's like, teams could have had a shot at being 3rd or 4th, and it's like they end up getting relegated that year. And that shakes your confidence a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that, kind of it might take a couple months to, it depends on how a lot of these teams I talk about, like resilience, with my team. And it's like, how much, can you just pick up after you just, messed up the perfect shot? You just got to pretend like it didn't happen. And I think that the teams that are able to do that, and that have that experience, like Atlanta Sting, they if they have everything together, they have Taiwan Britain, and that's like so much experience right there. So I think, I don't know, I'm betting on experience when it comes to them, and I think that they're due for a win. Glassa, at least a few.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm choosing not to be offended by you calling players 10 years younger than me old. But I agree 100% that no, I'm just joking. I agree 100% that they have the pieces to be able to do that. To that point, as we get up into 3, 2, 1 here, different but a little bit the same, Dana. I feel like Strap Scorpions, like we've all got them in 2nd or 3rd. like they're a team that on paper this year has done really well. Like their results show they've had a great season, but they haven't shown me at nationals. I have them up in second because I believe they can finish there and I believe they should finish there. But like watching them at nationals last year, that's not the team that I saw at nationals. So
Yeah, it
like
was a
to your
train
point
wreck.
about like an aspirational pick, that's a little bit of an aspirational pick for me.
No, I think that's right for all of us to an extent. And I think that when I went in for my picks, like I specifically thought to myself, like, who's like due for a win and who do I believe has like the potential, and putting it in that order based on necessarily like, if they perform specifically at nationals, because I think like it's really good for these players to see too, like same goes for like NEP Wildcats. I know they've been in the conference for a very long time and this is like their goal has been there. Oh, I just muted
That's
myself.
okay. That wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like their goal has been to get to Premier forever. That's, I think, basically every team's goal has been that. The really competitive ones. And I think that they've shown. I think Nikki can attest to this. They've shown that they can win and they can perform. But whether it's pressure, whether it's just not, sometimes it's just not your day to win. I've been there. But yeah, I think I put all these rankings in order of like. I think Aspa, like, if they have Xander and Christian and Luke on the court, doing their thing and passing, as crisp as I know that they can, like, yeah, no, there's no reason they shouldn't beat, these teams in my mind. And that's just kind of how I did the rank. Yeah. It might seem like a bet, but really it's like, I believe in them. I know that Straps can do that. I know that Glassa can do that. And I know that NEP and Aspa can also, perform. The other teams prove me wrong, please.
100%. Yeah, we all have Straps in second or third. We all have NEP Wildcats in second or third. I've been really impressed by the consistency of both of those teams this year.
Yeah.
Straps has been all over the place, playing freaking everybody, and their results kind of speak for themselves. And NEP Wildcats have been mostly playing teams in the Northeast, which I'm often skeptical of, but the results are consistent, right? Like we got I'm going to click to a different screen here because I don't often talk about this, but 15-3, I mean, almost regardless of who you're playing, like that's a consistent record. So like to go 15-3, even just playing in your region, plus there's some like teams up there that are pretty decent. That's result. I mean, Dana, you guys beat them by a goal, it looks like.
Yeah, they're always really close games. Like,
yeah,
they're knocking at the door.
Yeah. Josh, Nikki, anything on those two teams before we talk about Aspa?
For me, the Striped Scorpions, they had a really, really rough last nationals. Not really sure why. It was definitely the most surprising thing of the entire nationals to me. It was kind of the talk of the town, to be honest. Like, what is going on here? So I think they're gonna try to. Actually, I don't think. I know that they're gonna redeem themselves. Because they are a lot better than what they showed last year. I mean, they got Jada, they got Jacob. I mean, they're both. I mean, both Team USA aspiring players. So, and you know that they've learned a lot during those trainings at Team USA. So, if I know Jada, she's gonna bring whatever she learned from the training session at Team USA and bring it to the team. So, we'll see. I would very be happy. I'd be very happy to see the Sharp Scorpions finish top 3.
Yeah. They just gotta, keep doing what they've been doing all season and do it at national.
Yeah.
I think they have a great coach.
Oh yeah.
As well. I think that she's really good. Even though like, these are Team USA aspiring players. Even though I think they're like what, and they're like early 20s, like so young. I think that like my age, I'm young as well. I'm very young. But yeah, I think that having like a coach as like encouraging as her, like I'm not even on her team, and like after we would play them, like she'd be like, "You did so amazing," and like just to hear how she speaks to her team, it's like, oh, that's the coach, I hope to be if I ever be a coach, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I think that is really going to help them also, like, keep them encouraged if things, one game goes wrong. I'm really hoping that they can bounce back. And I wonder if Dan Castillo is going to be back for it as well. 'Cause
Yeah,
I know they
I
were
think
missing
he
last
told me that
year.
he is gonna be there.
I think that would also be a huge, like, hype man, like, to boost them up too. I think that
For
maybe
sure.
they were missing that as well.
Yeah.
Just to lean in on your point about Coach Jen, Dana, I think we don't talk enough about good coaches in this league that are building good programs. Coach
Yeah.
Jen at Strap Scorpions is one of the prime examples of like building a great program, doing really well for her athletes. I've seen her confidence grow. She's somebody that I've talked to a little bit at nationals. Like, I think when they had a bad year last year, a bad tournament last year, I think not only was the team confidence down, but I think Coach Jen's confidence was down a little bit too. I've been there as a coach, but I think, having a season like they've had goes a long way. And like, she's building an incredible program. She's got incredible athletes in Jada and Jacob for sure, but in the other players on that team. And, shout out to her and a lot of young women coaches in this game. I talk about Coach Katie in Minnesota. She's another great example of like a young woman coach. It's kicking butt and bringing her team up where they belong. Like, we don't talk about that enough.
So. We love to see it.
Yep. Lastly, but not leastly, is this our only unanimous? It is.
So.
Out of the 4 conferences, this is our only unanimous number 1 pick. Josh, Nikki, Dana, and I all predict. I'm pretty confident about this, that the Aspo Force is going to be first in Champions Conference. Guys, why'd you pick Aspo?
Xander and Christian. I mean, what more could you say?
Their other players are growing too.
I know there's other players. I know there's other players, but I know that Christian is so hungry to get out of the Champions Conference, and they look really good this season. I was looking at the game schedule. They went 18-7, which is phenomenal. They lost 2-1 to Turnstone Flyers.
Can I do something crazy? I've never done this.
Yeah.
Can I just read the teams they've beat this year?
Yeah,
I think
please.
this speaks to it. I'm gonna quickly read the teams that Aspo has beat this year. Okay.
Yeah.
Glasser Chicago House, Dassa Cyclones, Mary Free Bet Overdrive, Florida Surge, Mary Free Bet again, Houston Fireballs. Sorry, Dana, the Snowstorm. Tidewater Piranhas twice, Houston Fireballs again, Glassa, Mary Free Bet. Sorry, we're getting some repeats. You said, Josh, they lost 1-0 or 2-1, 1 goal lost to Turnstone Flyers.
Yeah.
They beat the Hot Shots and they beat Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn.
Yeah.
So
I just do that to prove, like, I mean, no matter what else you did this season, like to beat all of those teams and several of them more than once, that's a pretty good season.
I mean, they're knocking on the door. They're knocking on the door to Premier. So
they're very consistent too.
It seems like it, yeah.
Do we think? Sorry, go ahead, Josh.
No, I was just gonna see how many goals they got this season. They got 57 goals this season.
They played a lot of games, to be fair.
They played a lot of games. They played 27 games.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very impressive.
Yeah. We know already that Xander is going to be at Auburn next year, which to say nothing of what that does for Auburn.
Yep.
Do we feel like, and look, I'm a big Christian Prue fan. I know Nikki is too. Like, Dana mentioned him. Like, he really wants to get out of that conference. I think he deserves to play in Premier. Do we feel like with Xander leaving, this team has like a win now mentality?
I'm sure it's more like they want to end on a bang kind of mentality. Okay. I'm looking at the roster here. Luke Chilik, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, but he got 18 goals and 7 assists. I mean, my goodness. So they have a very good power 3 on that squad.
Yeah, it's not just Xander and Christian.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in no way just those two.
Yeah, exactly. So Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna want to end on a bang with Xander leaving for Auburn next season. So
I mean, their whole team isn't ending.
No, not at
Yeah.
all. But that's why I posed the question. I mean, that's why I'm
Yeah.
posing the question. I would say, like, yes, I'm sure they want to win a trophy with Xander, but I was going to speak to players like Luke and like Henry who are
Yeah.
getting better and are sort of poised to take over that role. Like, I actually don't think that just because Xander's leaving. I mean, you guys mentioned at the top, like Xander and Christian. Yes, that's their two best players,
Mhm.
but they got a
Yeah.
lot of players coming up, and Xander's dad has done a great job coaching this year. Like, he's
Yeah.
another coach that I think is his first year, really, or first full year, but he's doing a great job. And like, we've seen like them sort of fine tune it in this year.
Mhm. That's
And
great.
younger players like Ollie too have grown even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Huge Ollie Swanson Carter fan. I had the opportunity to coach him before. I've talked about that. Yeah, he's just an incredible player. He was an incredible young player. Like, when he first joined Wisconsin Warriors, he was like 8 or 9 years old. The
Wow.
chair control and the ball control he had even at that age was unbelievable. And to see him like dial that in on a really competitive team, like, that's fantastic.
That's great. That's great. Well, I'm excited what Asheville Forest is gonna do. We show the world what they can do this year.
I think they want it the
hopefully they win.
most. Yeah.
Out of the whole conference.
I mean, I think that's what it comes down to,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And I think Christian, I know Christian and Xander pretty well, like over the past few years, whether it's power soccer camp or whatever, or tournaments.
Yeah.
And it's like all those guys talk about is power soccer. They're very much
Yeah.
like me. And I think that really like is what wins you championships, is like who's the ones that like obsess about power soccer and are watching the game film. And I think that those two like so actively want to win. There's this added pressure of Xander leaving, like it would be a storybook ending,
Yeah.
So I think that's to all the other teams, obviously it's like, dude, if you want it, go out and go for it. But passion's gonna be talent every time at the end of the day.
Sure.
And I'm
As
just
you were
excited.
saying that, Dana, I was thinking about how, like, we always talk about Championship Sunday and getting it done on Championship Sunday. I keep thinking back to Saturday night last year where you guys won and Auburn won like 1-goal games to get to the championship game. Like,
Yeah.
when you talk about wanting it and you talk about like who wants it the most, like when you've played 3 full days of soccer in a conference as tough as this one, and you get to that Saturday night game, the semifinal, where you have to like push through and win by 1 goal or whatever it's going to be, like it really does become about like not just how good were we to get here, but how much like drive do we have to get through and push through to Sunday. And I think that like that's really true. I just think that's really true. All right. Well, I think we've covered Champions Conference. Dana, thanks again for joining us again. Can't wait to have you back for appearance number 6.
You guys are awesome. We need more of this in the sport, and I'm excited with my nonprofit like growing, like just trying to like bring more awareness, and it's like we need more of this. So y'all are like the pioneers. I love to see it. So whatever I can do to help, I'm here and I love it. I'm a big fan. So
Well, we appreciate the love and support.
Appreciate that. All right. We will be right back with Ben Anco talking about Premier Conference for Power Soccer Shop. We're 3 in the box. We'll see you in a second. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 3 in the box. We're here. Ben Anco joining us from Minnesota United to talk about Premier Conference. How are we doing, Ben?
Good. How are you guys?
Living the dream.
Good. We're down to the last conference of this season. I'm excited.
Nikki, Josh, Ben, how do we feel about Premier compared to 3 months ago? What have we seen in the last 3 months that changed for us?
For me, I don't think a lot has changed too dramatically. I think my opinions of a certain team on the West Coast changed my opinion on things, on how they're going to do at nationals, and that would be, well, we'll discuss that later. But I definitely see some changes, but not monumental changes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ben, Nikki, anything to add before we dive in here?
No.
So
I don't want to give any spoilers away. It's kind of hard to talk about it without spoiling.
that's fair. That's fair. You're totally fair. Down with the intros and in we go. So we're looking at the bottom three here. Pretty much across the board, we all have Boston Breakers at 12. That has not changed since February. That's where all of us had them. We get up into 11 and 10. I'm seeing a lot of LA Galaxy. That's consistent from where we were in February. And that's the Cyclones, pretty consistent. I've got CNY United down here. I see Ben does too. Ben, talk to me about that.
Oh, Ben.
Why don't you
Ben.
talk first, and then I'll talk after.
So, I mean, for me, it's really just comparing these guys to, the other teams in this conference. I see ties against New England FC. I see tight margins with Tidewater, tight margins with Boston Breakers, who I've got below them. I've repeated this theme in the other conferences too, but like East Coast teams are tough for me when I rank because they're kind of only playing each other. At least that's the results I'm seeing on the website and when we tournament results. Like I'm having this, and it's the same with some West Coast teams, right? Like we're going to talk about it with Flash and with Ducks. Like we don't have examples of them playing a lot of other teams. But for me, CNY United, it's kind of the show me thing, right? Like I see them competing tightly with teams that are at the top of champions, teams that are down on the bottom of Premier for me, and I haven't seen them compete against some of these higher teams.
Yeah, because who are the CNY United typically playing on the East Coast during the regular season?
A lot of NEP in Boston.
Okay.
A lot of NEP in Boston. Nikki's team has played them a couple of times. They beat Siva 2-0, so they played some Canadian teams. Other than that, it's a lot of NEFC in Boston.
Okay. Got it.
But, to give credit where credit's due, I mean, that was kind of the situation last year, and they came and they whooped up and went to the final and champions. So, I mean, it's not that they're not capable of doing it.
Right.
It's just that when I look at some of the records of these other teams against other premier teams, it's where I got to slot them.
Right.
Ben, I do want you talk about CNY United if you want, but I'm going to make you talk about LA Galaxy too. So give us your.
I would love to talk about LA Galaxy, but we're not there yet, Bill. So
some of us are there yet. Some of us have them ranked in this general region.
I just, a little background information. I had to give them a little fuel for their fire. I just knew they needed a boost. So earlier I had them ranked really low. But in my head, I was like, no, they're up. So that's what's going on there.
It's kind of messed up, Ben.
No, I had to help them out a little bit as much as I can,
Did it work? Have you seen an impact?
I think it worked. I got a lot of angry phone calls from some Galaxy members.
Yeah, being a former teammate and all, of course you're going to get some flack for it.
You guys have DASA Cyclones down here. I moved them up in my rankings. We can talk about that a little bit. But Josh, you're going to have to defend Minnesota Northern Lights down here.
Okay.
That's a little low.
It's low, but again, it's not a knock on them. It's just because the premier level is just such a stacked conference. Now, the reason why I put them so low is just because, I know they don't play a whole lot during the season. And I know that Renee usually misses a good portion of the season due to work and just life. And so I just don't know how that works as far as, being on the same level of playing. I don't know. I just, again, it's mostly because it's just a really stacked conference.
If past experience says anything, generally Lene shows up and they start just whooping people. Like that's been the general history of that team. I've got them a lot higher.
Can you imagine if Lene was playing full time?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that. I've had the pleasure of coaching against that in the past, right? I'm very familiar with Minnesota Northern Lights destroying the teams I'm coaching. I just, for me, I can't imagine them finishing bottom 3. That's just me. Generally, like they're pretty strong team without Lene, and then Lene shows up and they, destroy people. So
Grant has gotten better and better every year too.
For sure.
Yeah. But like I said, this is not a knock on them. It's just the conference is just so stacked and so concentrated on talent. But yeah, I want to see Northern Lights do well because I've had the pleasure of playing against them a couple times in the past. I know a fun team to play against, and I've commentated their games before.
When? How are they fun to play against? What are you talking about? I love these guys.
Yeah.
Fun to play against? What are you talking about?
Anybody that has a body case on their chair, they mean business.
They're literally one of the hardest teams to score on in power soccer, period.
They have a very good defense, and their ball sticks on them like Velcro. And I said that multiple times on air when I commentated their game. I don't know what they do. It just sticks on them. It's insane.
Well, and again, this isn't a knock. It's a strategy. But I feel like every time I play them, I almost they try to get you to fall asleep, and then they just counterattack on you.
Yes, that's so true. So true.
They're like the wheelchair soccer equivalent of sit back and wait. That's really who they are. But it serves them well.
Yeah.
Let's creep up the table here a little bit. Looking at 7, 8, 9. I'm making sure that I'm on the right table because I wasn't last time. Seen a lot of LAFC, a little bit of CNY United now, and then some Golden State Ducks creeping in. Nikki, talk to me about this group of teams a little bit, will you?
I mean, I haven't seen any of the games from Golden State Ducks or LAFC, but I know that they're very close in competitive level. And that their games are always pretty close, at least from what I remember. So it was kind of hard to rank these ones for me.
Sure. I've got LAFC and LA Galaxy just a little bit lower than some of those other California teams. LAFC taking losses to I see losses to Flash, losses to Ducks. Ducks I'm going to have a little bit higher. But Galaxy, Ben talked about Galaxy a little bit, but Galaxy has losses to Flash and to Ducks as well. So I just have those teams a little lower.
Yeah, I mean the Galaxy are a good team, but I definitely think they took a hit when Conway left the team.
Hey.
And Ben.
Sorry. And Ben.
He said what he said. He said what he said.
Yeah, forget about Ben. Yeah.
No, I mean with Conway and Ben, they definitely did take a little bit of a hit. They just need to find who's calling the ambulance here, huh?
The police are at someone's house.
The police are coming to get Ben.
They did not like your comments. They did not like your comments.
But no, in all seriousness though, my team, we almost beat them, and we're in the President's Conference. They still beat us. Thank you.
I knew you were gonna bring that up.
Well, I mean, okay, but I'm just trying to start a conversation here. So, but they're still a very good team.
Chase is first year on the team, so playing them at the beginning of the season, he's probably so much more comfortable now.
I'm glad you brought that up because I watched him play a couple months ago, and he's getting good. They're gonna be a stronger team next year, because under the tutelage of being coached by Steve Everett, he's just gonna grow exponentially in talent. So I'm excited to see what Chase can do for the future of our sport.
I think looking at this Premier Conference, I've got Golden State Ducks up here in 7th. I've got Dallas Cyclones here in 8th. For me, those are some really good stinking teams, right?
Yeah.
And Galaxy too. I mean, these are really good teams that are just in a conference with some really, really good teams. I moved DASA up. I think seeing some of the results I saw from DASA this year and knowing what they pulled off last year when they surprised us in champions.
Yeah.
I think Ducks, I think Cyclones, I think LAFC, I think these are really, really good teams in this 7-9 range.
Yeah.
It's just a tough conference, and as we slowly kind of creep up the table here into like 4, 5, 6, it starts to get gross. I mean, it's gross, like how good some of these teams are, and
I know DASA lost to some champions teams recently, though, but
sure
they do always
Okay.
end up surprising everyone at nationals.
they've lost to champions teams, but then they've also like drawn some premier teams that were, like against like Turnstone. So I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
on any given day, I mean, I think that's a pretty
Yeah.
dangerous team.
It also
And a
just
team that-
depends. Like their team doesn't have any slouches on it. Like they're all pretty decent. They just
Yeah.
need to know how to work together. I feel like that's where they're gonna
Yeah.
get them. Like,
Can I ask you guys a true or false question, and we'll just go around? Tell me true or
Okay.
false.
Yeah.
DASA Cyclones are better this year than they were last year. True or false?
hmm,
Wow,
Ben?
I really thought you would all say true immediately. I think they're better.
Ben? Well, I want to hear what Ben says.
I would say false.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I would also say false.
Okay. Do you guys want to give me some, because I want to hear that.
Yeah, I want to hear it too.
I mean, my team played them in April, and I wasn't there, and one of their better players wasn't there also. So I don't know if I don't know like the backstory if their player
Okay.
isn't playing with them all the time,
Uh-huh.
or if they left the team, or like I don't know. But I know that their better player hasn't been like to some of the recent games. So if they're
Okay.
not playing with them, then I don't
Who are
think
we talking about? We talking about Brady? Who are we talking about?
No, I don't know his name.
Okay.
There's Andrew.
Maybe that could be him. Is he still playing?
Mhm.
Well, I would say true, Bill. I mean, yeah, I got him very low in his ranking, but only because it's their first year in the Premier. So, but yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I just think they've gotten better. I think Jenna's gotten a lot better. Like it just seems to me like they're a better team. I don't know. I mean, either way, right? Like, yes, Premier is going to be tough for them, but we thought
Yeah.
Champions was going to be tough for them last year.
Yeah, and they
Well,
killed it.
Yeah.
They killed
So I don't know. I mean, yes. Would I be surprised if they finished in 11th? No. But would I be surprised if they finished in 7th? No, not at all. Honestly.
Yeah, if they finished middle of the pack in the first year at Premier, I'd be like very impressed.
Yeah. Well, I'd be impressed, but not that surprised, honestly.
Yeah.
The reason I have them so low is just I've seen them not play as a team a couple times under
Okay.
pressure, and that has just absolutely killed them.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, there's some results here that are not, outstanding. Yeah, I mean, I see you guys beat them, Ben, 4-1, right?
Nope.
They lost to Tidewater. That's no.
We did not beat them. No, we lost.
Oh.
Wow.
We were like tied at halftime and then lost 4-1.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. I was about to blame the website, but it's me. It's that I can't read. It's not the website's fault.
Not this time.
Can we just say
No.
how hard these rankings were without having a lot of the stuff?
Yeah, it does make it difficult when the website is not quite up to date. So
It would be
just
a
gonna
lot
leave it at
easier.
that.
One of
Just
the
gonna leave it at
crazy
that.
things is like no disrespect, but like it makes it pretty hard to follow the sport when the website's not up to snuff. And like
Yeah.
I'm looking at like Shockwave and RHI side by side, and I'm seeing
Yeah.
like RHI has the result on their page, but Shockwave doesn't. And I'm like, wait a minute, like what do you mean? That's
Wait.
the same game. What are you talking about? Saw that in a couple of places. Anyway,
Yeah, I saw that too.
yeah. So creeping up the table a little bit here. We've got most of us have Auburn in this region. I think that speaks to how good of a team Auburn is building, that
Yep.
they're already in the top half of the Premier
Yep.
Conference in their first year.
Yep.
But I think that's pretty fair to say.
Yeah, I think so too. Auburn's good. I mean, was Kyle Eggleston on the squad last season?
Yeah, Kyle
He was. Okay. So again, would be Kyle Eggleston's second year on Auburn with Zach Dickey and with I can't remember the other guy's name.
Walker.
Yeah, Walker.
Yeah, Walker. That's it. Yeah. So I think there's.
Well, then they have Evan this year too.
Right, I forgot about that. Evan. So is he gonna pull that 180 save again on the penalty kick?
I don't know. Do you think he'll play goalie? Has Evan been playing goalie?
I don't know. I actually don't know. Does anybody know if he's playing keeper this year?
I don't know, but I know sometimes one of the other players plays keeper. I don't know their name.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it would do him a service if Palmer plays keeper because we saw what he could do.
We have so many weapons on that team. I mean,
I know it's kind of wild.
No matter what they do.
Yeah,
and then next year they're getting Xander. It's just like, okay, like save some players for the rest of us, Zach.
Yeah.
But good for them. I mean, honestly, that's
could be a scary team. That shit. But yeah,
for sure.
Auburn. Yeah, I put them in a fish spot. They're just an amazing team. I mean, everything's being run so professionally in that organization by Zach Dickey. So I'm excited to see what they can do this year.
Yeah. I've got them in 5. Nikki, you've got them in 4 over Turnstone.
I heard they beat Turnstone recently.
Wow.
So they could play them again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I believe that was without Evan as well, if I remember.
Really? Okay.
I tell you what the website it says, but I don't trust the website, so I'm not going to tell you what the website says.
It was in Chicago, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
Oh, was it? Okay. Yeah. So
but I mean, I think. Sorry, go ahead, John.
Go ahead. Okay, I'll go. Yeah, no, I actually put Turnstone Flyers at 6 this year. Just because they lost their keeper who retired, Tiffany. So I'm very curious. Again, just because she retired this year, that's not solely the reason why I put them in a 6th spot. It's just that everybody is just getting stronger and stronger, and I put Auburn above them. And so I hope they can prove me wrong, but I just think that the league is catching up to the field.
I think you're forgetting the Nationals David effect. Sorry, Nikki.
Yeah. Sorry, Nikki.
I was just gonna say it makes a difference when you lose a veteran player too.
Oh yeah, huge. It makes a huge difference. Yeah. Especially in somebody of that caliber. I mean, she put in 20 years into the league? Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what turns. I mean, like, honestly, in terms of the results we're seeing against other premier teams, like, it doesn't seem like they fell off too much without Tiffany. It'll be interesting to see what happens when they get to nationals. But I, like you guys, I mean, I've got them 1 spot ahead of Auburn in 4th. I wouldn't be terribly surprised if they finish 5th, but I also wouldn't be that surprised if they surprise us and finish 2nd or 3rd.
Right.
Because that's the kind of team that Turnstone is. And they've done that to me a number of times before. Yeah. So that's maybe in all the teams across all the conferences, like, to me, Turnstone Flyers is like it's the team I'm most afraid to drop, right?
Yes, yes.
And as we creep up into these top 3 and we really start to get into who's going to be the best team this year, I'm going to use this to transition. Josh, you've got Sudden Impact ahead of Shockwave. I really thought about joining you. I mean, really thought about it. It was like switching them back and forth.
It's hard.
And I'll talk about the reason why I didn't in a minute. But I had a harder time dropping Turnstone even than I did them. And the reason that is because every year when I think Turnstone, right, when Michael came back, when Michael Archer came back, I thought, Turnstone's going to 3rd.
Nope.
The year before that, I thought, maybe it's not Turnstone's year. They're coming down. They just never do. So I've got them in 4th this year reluctantly. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if they were 2nd. It just really wouldn't.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, it was hard to put them in a 6th spot, but like you said, it wouldn't surprise me either. But yeah.
Josh, one thing you're going to have to justify here is you've got Golden State Ducks in 3rd and San Jose Flash in 4th. You called Ben Anco nuts on the last podcast. In the last episode. I'm going to call you nuts on this one. You're going to have to defend that to me.
Okay, I can defend it. Just based on what I've seen, I mean, I see a lot of the matchups on the West Coast. It's always uh, must see TV when they play each other. But on paper and on court, the Ducks have a very good lineup with Connolly and Stanley and Bard and who else? Max Brown and then Tyler Zapke, who is a very good finisher. If you give him the ball, Tyler will get it done. It's yeah. So I mean, it's the game for the Flash. It's Michael, of course, and Hondro and Guru. They're a very good team, but I think that the Ducks are slightly faster and they pass a little bit better than the Flash.
I'm gonna read
They
some
pass
results. Right.
better?
Yes.
Okay.
Did I say something wrong? Do I have something in my teeth? What's
No,
happening?
that's fine.
I'm gonna read
Sure.
some results right now, and
Yeah.
I just want to say all due respect to the Golden State Ducks, who I think are an incredible team, but I just wanted
Yeah.
to do this to my buddy Josh here.
Yes. Please do.
These are the results. Ducks results playing Flash this year: a
Mhm.
1-3 loss, a 0-1 loss, a 0-1 loss, a 1-3 loss, and a 1-1 tie.
That means
Yeah.
they're ready for revenge.
Exactly. But again, it all depends on the draw of the pool too. So
I'm saying, like, to Ben's point, if
Yes.
you said on paper, and I'm going to
Yes.
strongly disagree, like,
Yes.
if the Ducks beat the Flash this year, good on the Ducks, and I'm
Yeah.
not, like, blown away by that. But in
Right.
terms of
Yeah.
the criteria we use here to
Yeah.
rank, like, I struggle to see how you got
Yeah.
there. That's
So no,
what I'm saying.
I agree with that.
I also don't
But-
understand how watching the games you're saying they pass better. That's a
Yeah.
little
But they
crazy
do.
to
They
me.
do pass better.
Right.
They do pass better.
You
So,
think that
but
the Golden State Ducks pass better than the San Jose Flash?
it's not by a wide mile or anything. It's just it's
I would have
better
to
pass.
agree with that, actually.
Thank you. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't. I'm Team Ben on this one. I don't
look,
see
man,
that.
look. Hey, this is why we do this show, man. We got.
Oh, I love it. This is great.
Yeah,
This is
great.
this is your must-see TV, Josh. I'm just like,
Exactly. Look, I'm trying to get the.
I think you're both nuts. That's all I'm saying.
Look, I'm not trying to be Skip Bayless or Mad Dog Russo or anything, but I think the Ducks might surprise you guys. We'll see how it goes.
I hope you're wrong, and no disrespect to the Ducks. I just want
Yep.
Josh to be wrong. I do think it makes a lot of sense for San Jose Flash to be up here. They've proven they can do that.
Oh, 100%.
Michael Rayton continues to get better and better and better. Impress me at we're not allowed to call it the Copa, the America's
Nope.
Cup. But I did land on Shockwave in first, and only because I loved watching that draw between Shockwave and Sudden Impact. I've been saying it for 2 years doing this podcast. You got to prove it to me. I would not be surprised if RHI Sudden Impact finally takes down Shockwave and wins it this year. And there's an underdog in me that wants to see it happen. But until it happens, I got to roll with Shockwave. I'm not going to be surprised if and when they take down the title again. That's why I got them up top.
Yeah.
What number are they on this time?
What do you mean?
8? It would be 8,
Oh,
maybe?
No, it's like 8 total. They're going for the 6th straight, I think, this year. So something like that. Who knows? But
I mean, I love those guys, but I wouldn't be
Oh, yeah.
sad if they lost. Like, I mean,
Oh yeah.
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 And I mean, a team like Michael Archer, Jordan Dickey,
Lexi.
Lexi, and
Yep.
Natalie, like,
Yep.
that team deserves a trophy at some point, right?
Yes.
Like, I mean,
Yes.
it's nothing against Shockwave, but like, I would love to see those guys win it. I really
And
would.
it's not even just those four. They have Jimmy Munson.
Oh,
on
yeah.
the bench.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Like,
Yeah. They have a very stacked lineup.
They're so good. We
Yeah.
don't name great players that are on
that
their
would be
roster.
starters on other teams.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so it's just like nuts. But yeah, so I have RHI at number 1, like I did last year. Is this Archer's second season?
Second season
Okay.
back, yeah.
Yeah, second year back. that being said, I think being, 2 years together now, Jordan and Archer, I mean, we'll see together.
What was Sudden Impact was 1 goal away from the championship game last year, right?
I
Flash beat
think
them by
so. Yeah,
1,
they got beat
I
out
think.
by
Yeah.
the Flash,
Flash.
didn't they?
Flash.
Flash
Yeah.
beat them by, I think it was 1 goal. So,
I think it was 1 goal.
Yeah.
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 And so they were right there heading into the semifinal. So I like the Shockwaves. I love what they do, but I want to see LHI win this thing because I do love a good underdog story, and we need to crown a new champion. We love to.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm here
guys.
for it.
And then Nikki, I'm curious because I know my answer, but San Jose and RHI on your list, how close is that gap in your opinion?
Ooh, that's a good question. Very good
Not
question.
very close. Not very close at all.
Okay.
Really? Would you care to explain?
I'm sorry. I meant like it's not very far.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Well, what's your answer, Ben? You said you know your answer. What's your
Yeah, I'd
No.
love to hear that.
I honestly I was flipping them back and forth as well. Like I could have seen Flash in second. Also, I just am very high on Michael Rayton after the America's Cup, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be that surprised, and we talk about this every year, but it's like you do get into a conversation about how the bracket plays out too, right? Because it matters. Like I could see, I mean, I think we all think Shockwave's going to get there, but if it was Sudden Impact, Flash, or Flyers, like I don't feel like any of us are that surprised.
Right.
It kind of shakes out to how the bracket goes, and like Flash and Impact were 1 goal away last year. Now you've got another year of Michael Rayton. That team's probably better, but also like you guys said, Impact has had another year together. It's Michael's second year back, Michael Archer. So there's just it's so fun that we have this many good teams at the top of the Premier Conference, and that we get to have this discussion every year. I kind of wish they would just take the top 5 or 6 teams and make them all play each other so that we could see these matchups we don't get to see. But yeah, I mean.
Oh, you do like the old NBA style, one versus 6, 2 versus 5, 3 versus, like how they did that 1 through 8 thing in the playoffs where they 1 plays to 8 person, 2 plays to 7.
I think you're just talking about a tournament.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying the actual ranking of them and just playing all of them, all the top 16, and just shut up, Ben.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
How teams are seeded, and then the 1 seed has to play the A seed. That's crazy, right? That's unheard of.
Hey, Bill,
does Nikki have a bracket ready to just put on the screen?
Bill, let's put in a petition to never invite this goon on this stream, on this show ever again, because I get so much flack from this kid over here who was just playing video game 30 minutes ago.
No.
The story Ben Anco got blacklisted from the podcast. Holy God. Oh, I love it. We'll have him back again next week, I think.
Oh, good gosh.
Oh, man. All right. Well, on that hilarious note, if nobody else has anything to add, looking forward to Nationals. Cannot wait to see you all. Thank you, Ben, for joining us. We'll make sure you can come back and razz Josh some more with us.
Thanks.
For Power Soccer Shop, we are 3 in the box. We'll see you at Nationals.
See you guys.
I don't mean to brag, but I'm the most humble man I know. I'm the most humble man I know, and I know every man. Like anybody knows me.
This is a Facade podcast.